Jacob's Log, Stardate 10/22, April 22nd, 2016. I just finished chapter 5, like a second ago. I mean, it's always like a second ago. I finished this the way this works. I finish the game, and then I record everything. Nothing happened. Chapter 5. I mean, we found out that the CIA is torturing. I'm sorry. The radio man is torturing, a CIA operative named Daniels, and we went to go find him. And they aren't even trying with this whole going down thing. We never go up. We are constantly going down. We are going down in impossible ways. We are literally in hell at this point. Killed a lot of soldiers. Oh! Okay, so nothing like of note happened this chapter, except for this is the chapter with the conversation between the two enemy soldiers. That's like it's a really human conversation. It's like, hey man, you want some gum? Yeah, man. And they talk about just stuff like a normal human being would. In like a bad game, or not a bad game, but in a lesser game. Like, I'm not saying that Dishonored is worse than Spec Ops. They're two different beasts. But if this were Dishonored, it would be like, hey, do you remember that last time I stepped on a baby's head? And I'd be like, yeah, that was hilarious. Ha, we're evil. But in this game, the conversation between the two people was like, it was a natural, normal conversation, and I felt really bad shooting these people. And that stood out the first time in my first playthrough, and it definitely stood out again in this one. So that's really what I want to stress, that chapter 5 is the chapter with that conversation. If we're going to bring something up, it should really be that conversation. Other than that, yeah, no, nothing of note. We went down again, constantly. I wish I could tell you the path, but it doesn't even make sense. It's like we've been going down this entire time. And then at the very, very end of the chapter, we fell off the building. Like, apparently, we've been going down the entire time, but we've been at the top of the building, and he falls like 500 feet down, lands on his head. He should be super dead. Broke his back several times. He definitely dislocated his arm once, broke a few ribs, and I'm kind of mad because now you could say that this fall is why Conrad went insane. Like, he hit his head, and that caused everything. Instead of it being because Conrad is in a really bad place. I think that's why he went insane. I think it was PTSD. I think it was him wanting to be a better person. Like, wanting to be the hero isn't a bad thing. It's a noble thing. I want to be a hero, not the hero, because being the hero sucks. But I'd like to be a hero. I'd like to think that when people see me, they're like, holy crap, that's the guy who did all that? Good job, dude. I look up to you. I respect you. I want that, even though I also simultaneously want to be left alone and hide from every single human being in the universe. Just crawl underneath a rock and wait for this whole humanity thing to blow over so that I may rule the world. But yeah, being a hero isn't a bad thing. It's the hubris. And I don't really want to say that Conrad's a horrible person, but he's really sympathetic in that you could easily say that not all of this is his fault. I mean, not like everything is his fault. But the only reason why you say that is because you made those decisions. It's your fault. As much, even more so than Conrad's. Because again, Conrad doesn't take a step until you tell him to take a step. In a way, it's kind of like Conrad is making up excuses for why he's doing all these crazy things. Like, have you seen the Twitch Plays Pokemon comics where it's Red and he's like completely insane? And I feel like it's that. Like he's trying to come up with excuses for why he's doing all these things when you're making him do them. Anyways, he fell off a building at the end of this chapter. He should have died. You could argue that he did die, and that the rest of the game takes place in literal hell. It's a very boring interpretation of the game, but you could make it. I don't want this to be because he hit his head. I want it to be because he was a good person in a terrible situation. What did Philip Zimbardo say? It's not bad apples, it's bad barrels. Oh, do we have the Lucifer effect? Is that a thing we have in this room? No. I got that from the library. You know, I guarantee you it's at our college library at IVC. Somebody go find that, because I won't remember this at all. In fact, by tomorrow I'll probably forget that I'm supposed to be doing this. Anyways, um, I don't think we can say it's any one person's fault. I mean, Conrad shouldn't have abandoned his post. He definitely shouldn't have killed himself. The radio man shouldn't be torturing people and broadcasting it over the radio. Walker shouldn't have continued with the mission when the mission was complete, like a while ago. They did their job. Recon's over. Like, a lot of people did a lot of stuff that they shouldn't do, but it all makes sense. From their perspective, at least. Sarah, you've read Slaughterhouse-Five? I did too. You made me. It's a great book. One of the main things in the book is that things happen, and sometimes we just can't explain those things. We're like the birds that go pooty-weet. That's how I feel. This was a horrible tragedy, and while a lot of people did the wrong thing, I don't know who's at fault. Because fault implies they did something that they weren't supposed to. And I feel like everybody did what they were supposed to, but what they were supposed to was the wrong thing. I don't know how to explain it. Anyways, nothing happened in this chapter, except the really cool conversation. Spy guy gets tortured. Walker falls off a building and should be dead. But isn't. Oh, the title screen changed. It's nighttime now. So that's cool. Okay. I'm going to get some shut-eye. I don't remember if I said what time it was, or the start date. I'll say it one more time. Start date 10:32 p.m. April 22nd, 2016, and I will see you in the future, tomorrow, Um, yeah, because I'm done for today. Laters.